Like, I suppose, what is the league structure like in Canada?
It's very disparate, I would say, is the best word to describe it. It's because we are so big. There's a wide range of differences to the way that the sport is set up across the jurisdictions, and a lot of that is actually weather dependent. So on the West Coast, which is really where I'm just going to pull a name out of my head, or a number out of my head that probably has no statistical backing, but I'll say 80% of all the hockey in the country is played in Vancouver or Victoria. And they have a weather system like in the UK. So their season runs from September through March, I think it does. So they play through the, -5 freezing rain garbage that you guys have to endure. They virtually don't play indoor. They have a little bit, but it's one weekend basically. And that's it. And then they turn to their high performance programs in the summer. So that's when they do all their sort of regional selections. They have some regional tournaments, and then they select their provincial teams out of those programs. And then we have the national competitions in the summer. Here in Alberta, obviously we can't do that because we have winter starting in October. So we play our league season from May until the end of August. And then we play our indoor season from October until April. And so we play 6 months of indoor. It's pretty magnificent, actually. And we're not bad at it. So that's kind of the good part. Ontario is a bit of a mix. They work around that because their weather is kind of in between a little bit, but they definitely have hard winters, but they play more indoor, but they do play some outdoor in the fall and the spring. It's very complicated. We all do different things, which is part of the problem, but we have to recognize the realities that until we can play outdoor hockey inside, which I think is the way that the sport is going to be going in 50 years time, if we survive that long, that's the only way we're going to be able to synchronize everything that's happening across this country, because you can't play in the snow. It just doesn't work. I've tried many times. The balls snap in half, you lose them in the snowbanks, you hit the ball and it turns into a snowman as it rolls for 5 meters. It just blows up. It's hilarious and very, very ineffective in terms of playing a good game of hockey.
Yeah, and this is when the AstroTurfs become less effective than grass in terms of it freezes over a lot quicker than grass does and becomes a bit more dangerous.
It's interesting. I actually found when I went over to England and I turned up to a National League game and it was -2 and the game would get called off on account of a frozen pitch. I was like, are you serious? We play and we train when it's -10, -15, but what we don't have is that humidity. So we might have a massive dump of snow on an AstroTurf, but you shovel that off and the turf's just dry. It's cold, but it's dry. It's not frozen. Whereas anything over in your area, as soon as it's getting close to freezing, it is actually a layer of ice. So it was quite a learning experience for me to understand how different weather affects how you can play in the different materials. It's not standard anywhere.